And this is what the world has to do to me? I'm very upset. Hold on, I gotta refresh my stream chat on the application. We streamed for like an hour and a half before that happened? Okay, well now I'm back. Okay, I guess I'll just get back to where I was. See how much progress I lost. Hi Goblin Green Man, hello Mask. Twitch has decided that I am no longer worthy to stream today. But I've decided to say screw you, I'm doing it anyway. I won't do what you tell me. I've gotten over my disappointment, you said that already. Am I in a time loop? What happened? Are you in a time loop? I don't want to be Groundhog's Day. At least the Groundhog's Day me while I'm doing something interesting. Perhaps, oh man, that's the worst answer. It's ambiguous and unsatisfying, all at the same time. I hate that. Alright, now let me just put this brown back where I was putting it anyway. At least the shoulder pad stuck. It seems the only thing that didn't carry over was the brown. Can't believe Twitch tried to do me like that. Actually, it wasn't even Twitch. That was like an electrical flicker. I'm sure as a result of weather conditions. It doesn't even sound like it's windy or rainy out today, though, so I don't know what the heck's going on. I guess the world just doesn't want me to bring my art to it. I'm gonna try, though, regardless. Because I feel like it. Can't stop me. I'm a strong, independent woman. Who don't need no electricity? That's the lie. I need so much electricity. I need electricity all the time. If I didn't have electricity, I'd be so bored. Today be a weird day? How so? At least on Twitch it is, apparently. I'm just trying to get this thing to stay up. My chat's refreshed like 40 times. My timer went down a couple times. Now my house is electrically kicking me out from streaming. I don't even know what's going on right now. In that sense, I agree. Very strange. But I don't know why it's doing all that. Is there a full moon today or something? Affecting the tides? And making everything a little quirky? Very, like, uncomfortable. Interesting. Does that mean you have more tea? Is that how uncomfortable? Or do you just mean the vibes? Are the vibes just off today? I don't know, vibes are out of whack? Okay, I see. As long as we're putting labels to it, and it is just the vibes, that's fine. The vibes can be out of whack. I also feel that a little bit. I feel a little out of it today. I don't know why. I feel a little deranged. I think I got too much sleep. And now I'm just feeling weird. It'll have like the exact same effect as getting no sleep. That's the funny thing about it. They don't tell you. You can't get too familiar with vegetables. I'm not tired. I literally slept so much yesterday. Like, what is the deal? How much do I need to sleep to not be tired? It's like this pristine exact amount that I cannot pinpoint. And even if I could pinpoint it, it's not like I could consistently adhere to it. I'm a freaking rock when I pass out. Not even in terms of musculature, though. I wish. If I could just look like I had 18,000 pumps going on at once when I fell asleep, that'd be great. Maybe it's because tomorrow is the last day of the partial. Partial? What, pray tell, is the partial? Are you in some kind of witch club? What's going on? First partial of the semester. It's a school thing. I don't think we had the term partials here for semesters. At least where I'm about, so I don't think we did. Got a skedoodle. Alright. Catch you later, mask. Bye-bye. Maybe hello again. We'll see how many times I greet you and then leave you, depending on my electrical issues or lack thereof. We'll see what happens. But catch you later. Thanks for stopping in. The whole shebang, you know. You know where to freaking find me. Just like America's Most Wanted. That show ain't even on anymore. Apparently when it was, though, it was pretty influential, or not influential, but effective in mitigating some of the missing persons cases that were going on at the time. That was pretty interesting to learn about. Like that the show was being used as a legitimate tool for helping solve crimes, real time as well. It was like a more active version of To Catch a Predator. Still can't believe Chris Hansen let Onision get away. Biggest flub of his entire career. So much evidence, and that freakazoid is just walking free today. Doing God knows what in his house, I don't want to know. I just want the law to know. They can keep it to themselves. But somebody's got to know what he's doing. I doubt all of it's good. Any of it, even. And he's got like a child, too, which is the scariest part. Imagine being raised by freaking Onision. Ugh. What kind of person are they gonna churn out of that house? Can't be somebody good. Unless they become one of those people that adheres to their own moral compass in spite of their nurture. And as a result of their strong-willed good nature, manage to persevere into adulthood and then they can escape. Or, you know, they can call Child Protective Services at some point. You know, hopefully they get out of there. Because I fear that Onision would definitely not better himself before their child decided to do that. If I had to give a choice, if I was given the choice of determining which one would happen first, him bettering himself or the CPS getting called on him, probably the CPS one. I would wager money on that one. Look at that. I just wanted to get base colors done today. We're about to get the freaking flats done today. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe some of the values even. Ooh. Should probably think about what I'm gonna do for the backgrounds then. I should paint those in, perhaps. Great, now my alarm clock is 2 minutes off. It was already not being helpful, but now I have to go readjust the time, because it's like 2 minutes behind now. I'm just glad it didn't completely reset itself, because that happens sometimes. During power outages. It was just a flicker though, but that flicker was enough to shut off my Wi-Fi and my whole PC, so even a flicker can be annoying. Is that called a brownout in electrician terms? That's a funny way to describe it. Why would they call it that? They know what that sounds like. There's no way they don't. Oh yeah, my house just got hit with a major brownout, dude. It sounds like something a frat dude would say. After he just had way too much of the Pizza Hut that showed up. Don't go in there, man. I had a major brownout. You know what I mean, bro? It's like, yeah, we know what you mean, dude. Please take some freaking Pepto-Bismol, anything to stop whatever that is. Take a Dramamine. I don't know. Something, anything to quell what's going on in there. That stomach, oh yours. Just eat like a whole ginger root with your mouth. Sorry, I was getting transported by the song. It was a beautiful moment when I just zoned out for a second, but then I realized I'm streaming right now and doing a comic. Okay, there's that. One more dude in the red suit coloration here, and then we're good to go. Actually, I think I gotta bring in that gray that he has on his little chainmail skirt. Blip, blip. Brrr. I got, what was I? Oh god, I already forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was watching a video about world building and governments and politics and basically empires and nations and all that. I was watching a video on writing advice on how to construct those things, and it was pretty insightful. It was from a channel called, I think it's Bad Writing Advice or Terrible Writing Advice. But the whole point of the channel is that they frame it in a way that you learn from it by learning what not to do. It's a fun little gimmick. It's a little hard to follow at times, but for the most part you can generally gather the information that they want you to take away from the video, the information that you shouldn't take away from the video. But it was breaking down reasonings, just like a base element for why certain governments function the way they do, and the function of a government in general for its nation, or its subsidiaries, or everything like that. And it was very good. It was a nice video to watch to keep things in mind, because I got a holy order in my comic. They're literally featured on screen right now with this guy. So that's balancing two things. Not only do I gotta balance some kind of secular structure and why they would operate in that regard, but I also gotta keep in mind the theocratic ways that they are bound to, by way of their creeds and their tomes and what have you. So I really gotta look into that more so it doesn't feel hollow. I mean, I've already planned out a lot of it. I looked into, like, the structure of Catholicism and all that, like back in ye old times, and they had, like, the papacy and the cardinals, and those are still around, but it's just like, the term seems so antiquated because you never really hear anybody talk about them these days, at least around where I'm from, which is America. Don't really talk about the Vatican these days over here. But that's where these guys partially came from, is the fact that they are called the Cardinals was inspired by the terminology being used as one of the denominations of authority within the Catholic religion. I forget exactly where they are on the power hierarchy, but that's not really important. It was just used as a loose connection to help me bridge that gap, and also to imbue them with some cool aesthetics, like the bird-esque Mask here. Not to be confused with Mask, who was in the chat a while ago. That was a fun design to settle on, too. This little bird helmet design with the beak poking out over the eyes there. I'm sure it's insanely impractical in real life, but this isn't real life now, is it? This is my fantasy story where I can do whatever I want. And I will. Well, not ever, whatever I want. There are some things I will have to show restraint on. I can't have all the characters be buff and nude all the time. That just wouldn't... It would be distracting, alright? It would detract from the core messages within the story. I can't do that. But if I could... I mean, it's not like I can't, but I shouldn't, you know? I shouldn't do that. But I could. I might. No, I won't. I've already drawn far too many panels of people with clothing on them to remove them at this point. Wouldn't even be worth it if I wanted to. I'll just have to deal with what I have. Yeah, I think we can get the flats done today, for sure. I don't know about how values, but I did want to get at least finalize and finish the, God, language is hard today. What happened to my brain? Good God. I get 2 days worth of too much sleep, and I function like I'm about 20 years younger than I am right now. So, like 35 by the time you take all that out of there. I feel like my cortex fell out. I can tell you what didn't fall out, my amygdala, because I'm feeling freaked out right now about how poorly my cognitive function performing on this given day. September 25th, the year of our Lord, 2023. Alright, there's that flat layer done. Now we can do this other one, and then we'll just be just about done with the flats anyway. We got values and backgrounds, and those are usually pretty breezy in comparison to the line art. Everything seems to be. If I used a different line art brush, which I might swap to for the next chapters, I'll experiment. I don't think this brush is going to be sustainable for trying to keep a good schedule. The more I use it, it looks nice, but it's got too many gaps, too many teeth. Or too much tooth, I should say. Too much texture. Makes it hard to actually utilize it, especially with the fill bucket tool, which just cannot seem to get that level of precision that I would need to make this brush work for a long time. So I'll probably have to swap it up for chapter 2 at the very earliest. I might hold off until it's like a decent number to swap, like maybe after chapter 3 I would update the thing so the stylistic shift doesn't seem too drastic and too frequent. But I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. One thing I did learn about the whole webtoon industry, since I've been keeping my eye on it for the past year and a half or so, is that if you're a webtoon original and you get offered to make a physical edition of your book, you might have to fight tooth and nail to keep all of the content that you made inside of it, because apparently for Hooky, which is a webtoon series that was very popular a few years ago, it is since finished, has physical editions in stores. That is, if that gives you any indication of how much webtoons liked it and how popular it was